What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video today, and in this video I'm going to be taking a look at the 3D Design Deck August 2025 releases. So they have skipped out in July. I did ask a question on the Model Airliner forum about if they would have a July release, and they said that they were going to skip out on that since they were visiting family. So they've gone straight to an August release, but they have assured me and also others that this will be a pretty big release. So we do have the hints on their Instagram. They actually just got posted on Monday, and now the releases are out. They first appeared on the Model Airliner forum, and we'll go ahead and cover them. But here's the hints, 1 to 200, a couple new designs showing up across both scales. And one of those new designs, you can see it right up there at the top, and that design is the CL-415 Super Scooper, so it's a firefighting plane. And then there's also some F-35 Lightnings that are going to be making as well. And also a modified tooling for the 737-200. I believe this is that weird military one, that super secret military 737 that whenever it surfaces or someone gets a photo of it, it makes headlines. And then they have 6 CRJ-200s. And the backup in 1 to 200, there's a couple Beech 1900s that they are making. So let's go ahead and take a look at what these releases are. And as expected, they do have the, I'll actually go ahead and get a screen recording started so we can see this a little easier. So as you can see, we start off with that Super Scooper with a Quebec-ish livery. It's got a little Pratt & Whitney logo on there, so the engine's supposed to be Pratt & Whitney related. Ooh. And then there is a Wasaya Beech 1900D. I believe that's what that is. And US Air gets a 1 to 200 release this month, hopefully. That means we will see it in 1 to 400 next month. Just got to keep an eye out and see what they have planned for September. And then here is the F-35s. The first one is from the 65th Aggressor Squadron. Now, I am not good at all with memorizing the various squadrons and where they're based out of, so I'll just do a quick Google search to figure that out. So the 65th Aggressor Squadron, they are based out of the Nellis Air Force Base. Got a nice blue livery on it. And then there's another one from the 57th Operational Group. And that one looks to have a different tail code. So this one, that one's also a Nellis-based operational component. So that's the 57th Wing, which is, of course, stationed at Nellis, and then that 65th Operations Group, also within the 57th Operations Group and the 57th Wing. So it does say it up there, too, the Nellis Air Force Base, so I did miss out on that. Let's take a look at the 1 to 400s now. There's that, I think that's a T-43 is the official code for that 732. There's, like, different probes and stuff on it. It'll be very interesting to see how that turns out. AirTran Jet Connect CRJ-200. That is right up my alley. November 433 Alpha Whiskey. So this is an Air Wisconsin example. It does say operated by Air Wisconsin Airlines Corporation. Very fascinating. Then we have a Kendall CRJ-200. Looks like an Australian airline of some sort. May have like an Australian hybrid livery too, perhaps. There is a VistaJet Challenger 850, I believe that's what this would officially be, but it's the same mold and everything, just with a different designation. And then a bunch of the Air Canada Jazz CRJ-200s. So we have the red one, the orange one, and then on the bottom you can kind of see it with the yellow and the green. So there we go. Very great release from 3D Design Deck to get things moving as we head towards August, already in the second half of July, moving quickly. And it will certainly be very exciting to see what else 3D Design Deck has in the pipeline. So they say on the forum that they're making more quantities of everything, but even still, the sales could be very high, so they may sell out at some point. So definitely get any orders in if you want any of these releases. I still have yet to order the SkyWest from the last release, actually. I'm actually waiting for my wallet to fully recover from airliners and the trip, so once that happens, I will get an order in for that SkyWest, so be on the lookout for that in the coming weeks. probably towards early August. I'd anticipate that coming around. Hopefully it's still in stock by that point, but I'll certainly figure something out if it doesn't stay in stock up to that point. And then the rest of the release is very good to see the variety that 3D Design Deck is offering that the diecast manufacturers would otherwise turn their heads away from, rather. US Air Express, very happy to see that, even if it is a 1 to 200, but hopefully that means the 1 to 400 is not far behind. Maybe September or October we'll see that release come out in the smaller scale. I'm very interested in that Super Scooper. Hopefully they do a 1 to 400 mold of it, but I know they didn't announce that ahead of time as a future release. And then that AirTran Jet Connect, I'm very interested in that just because it has that Air Wisconsin registration with it. And then, yeah, NT43A. So that's the official code. There's an extra letter in the front of it. So that NT45A, that heavily modified 737-200 that they have, aka RAT 55. It's a very fascinating 732 for sure. And then the rest of them being the CRJ 200s. It looks like they stuck an extra one in there, perhaps, because I only remember there being 6 in the hints. Yeah, I think there was 6. So they threw in an extra one in there last minute. I guess they felt like they wanted to do another one because if I recall, yeah, there was not a November registered one. So that AirTran Jet Connect, that's the extra release. So nice to see that they squeezed in one last minute just to give something for American collectors, minus the F-35s and that NT-43A alongside the F-35s, and then the 1 to 200 you have the US Air Beech 1900. So definitely would consider that Jet Connect if I had a little more budget to work with, and those F-35s, I'll be eager to see how those turn out. Maybe I'll pick those up just for the sake of it. And maybe that 732 as well, but I've never spotted it, so who knows. Maybe maybe it just shows up to FSD one day randomly and get to see it. That'd be kind of cool. But whatever the case is, this is a great release from 3D Design Deck, and excited to see what else they've got as we move into September. With that being said, that is the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.